quick video. I'm so excited. I've been waiting all week to do this. It was a split moment decision, so it could either go woohoo or blow. So I'm really excited to see kind of what happens, and I hope you guys are excited to follow along. If you want more projects to see kind of other things that I've done, I will leave the link to my blog in the description below, and feel free to go check it out. There's some pretty cool projects there, but that's because I think they're pretty cool. But you go be a judge for yourself. So today, I decided that we're going to just do something basic. We're just going to alter this t-shirt, and it should probably take us like 20 minutes. And I'm really excited. I love this shirt. It's my grandma. She's been cleaning out her closet. She's given me a huge pile of clothes to refashion. And in my heart, everything is just going, yes, 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 yes. So today, I'm just going to kind of show you real quick before we get started what the plan is. In this shirt, we've got some 3/4 sleeves, which are just sleeves that about come to your elbow. And those are cute. They're not my favorite, so what I'm going to do is I am going to snippety snap those bad boys off and make it a short sleeve shirt. And then the second thing I want to work on is the sides. I'm just going to take them in, not a whole lot, maybe even an inch is all I'm going to take these in, just so it's a little more form-fitting. But down here, I don't want it to hug me. I just want it to fit, because if it is too tight and you squeeze it, you're just going to sound like you can't breathe. And that's not going to be any fun at all for anybody, you or people around you who are going to have to listen to you wheeze. So it's just going to be really simple, really basic. Let's get started and kind of just see with what we come up with. You ready? Okay, to start off, take your shirt, flip it inside out, and put it on. This is going to kind of give you a blank canvas to work with in a sense, literally. But anyway, I mean, see, the shirt doesn't need a whole lot of refashioning, and it doesn't need to come in a whole lot. And you can also alter the neckline if you want to. I'm just gonna kind of leave it as is. So it really doesn't need a whole lot. Just kind of snip off these sleeves, kind of pull it in a little bit up here, and we're done. So this is first step. Now that we've got the shirt on, you're going to kind of pull your sleeves straight a little, not like yank it, but just kind of make it a little bit straight, and then kind of decide where you're going to want your sleeve to go. I'm probably going to take mine in about right along here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pin. Don't pin yourself. I've done that. I'm not a pin cushion, neither are you. Be careful. See? I'm just going to go right about there. And we will do that on the other sleeve as well. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take the shirt off, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to cut the sleeve off. Okay, so now that the shirt is off, you can see where I've pinned it, just right along this white line. So now what I'm going to do is, now that it's laid flat, the whole shirt on one side, nice and flat. I mean, this part's not going to go down. There's some that won't. So I'm going to take my scissors, and I am going to actually follow the white line over here. So I'm going to kind of cut along this blue line and this white line. Ta-da! See? Totally easy, simple. As we move on to the second sleeve, I'm not going to pin like I did before. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to line up these two, or the piece I already cut off, and it actually goes exactly where it went on the other shirt, between the blue and the white line. And then you're just going to go ahead and cut in the exact same position you cut before. Now we have both of our sleeves cut off. Ta-da! Ta-da! Now we are going to go on to altering. And because I made the sleeves so short, I'm not gonna alter very much, like I said. Starting on one side of your shirt, make sure you lay it out and that it's smooth, that the hems are matched over there, and that everything, there's no bumps, because you can see over there that there's these little bumps. Over here you want to make sure that it's smooth and even, and up here it's going to be a little harder to make it even, but that's okay, I'm going to make it work. So let's grab our handy dandy little pins, and we are going to start, and we're going to mark it. Now you can use a ruler or measuring tape or whatever you want to measure, and I would suggest that if you're kind of new, and then go ahead and mark how much you want to take off. I'm probably going to take off about this much from here all the way up and all the way down. So like I said, not a whole lot, but if you don't feel comfortable just pinning all the way around, that's totally fine. You can grab some tailor's chalk and you can mark exactly where you want to go, and then pin it and sew it. And when you pin it, don't pin it like this, okay, because that just don't pin it like this, vertical, not horizontal, all the way down. We've got our pins all in, as I showed, from the top to the bottom. Now, my goal, or what I do, this is how I do it. If you feel more comfortable marking and measuring with tailor's chalk or what have you, then go ahead and do that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's probably the better way to do it, but each person has their own way that they do things. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start about here, and I'm going to sew through the middle of all of these pins, because you can see where the bump is. And I'm just going to follow that all the way down on the first side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just kind of sew this in place, starting from the bottom and going around. And when I'm done, I'm going to repeat the pinning on the other side, and I'll see you back when I'm done. So the next step after you take your pins out and you have this sewn is my favorite thing to do is to come down here. I don't know if you can see, there we go, and cut. I'm not going to do it just yet, but cut about that much, so about maybe like a quarter, a little more than a quarter of an inch, all the way down. And then when you're done, you're going to come over to your machine and you are going to turn it to a zigzag stitch. You can see that. And that's going to finish off our new edges, kind of like this edge that's finished right here. But I don't have a serger, so I just use my sewing machine zigzag stitch. Now that we have both sides sewn and our edges are finished off, it is time to fix this portion of the sleeve. So we're just going to hem it, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll it over like this, kind of thin, and then I'm going to roll it over again like that, and then I'm going to pin it, and I'm just going to sew it straight.